the Breakfast Club.
Hi, welcome again to Fabulous Nightly. I'm Peter Hahn, and this is my co-anchor, Michael Ellsworth, who will tell you about our latest story.
Tonight, our cover story involves the dreaded Junior Shuffle, which includes the sophomore class being ripped from their home squadron and being thrown into a brand new environment with brand new friends.
Like you said, for an academy that prides itself in the reverent interactions between its cadets, this can be very damaging to squadron solidarity, and so our mission is to see what we can do to fix it.
That's right. Peter, Marie, and I are going to be solving this problem one step at a time, identifying what really is going on and using transformational leadership to improve it.
To help better exemplify this problem, we have Marie out in the field.
Thanks, Peter. I'm with Cadet 4th Class Fortes from Cadet Squadron 27. So, Cadet Fortes, how well do you think you know the members of your squadron?
I know the squad, my class, pretty well, especially because we bonded so well over basic. And all the cadre that helped us out and kind of put us through that little tough time, we know pretty well. And otherwise, other than our element leaders, we don't get to interact with much of the squad, except for like PI in the morning formations. So some of them we don't know so well.
So besides the element leaders, your element leaders specifically, and the juniors who worked basic, how well would you say you know the junior class?
Not too well, it's because we don't get to see them as often. They're not close to us in the hallway, especially near the rooms. They're not interacting with us because I understand everyone is quite busy. We're busy as 4th degrees. I can't imagine how busy they are as 2 degrees.
So what would you think would be the best way to get to know the members of your squadron?
I think the best way is the big squadron events that we've done, such as the CSL opportunities or the football games, where we all have a heck of a lot of fun. We all bond. Like when we climbed Eagles Peak, that was a lot of fun because we got to know each other quite well, just through a little bit of the hardship and a lot of the fun we just had being rowdy cadets.
All right, well, thank you. Back to you, Peter.
Thanks, Marie. So as you can see, this just further exemplifies the issue that we have, which is the junior squadron shuffle and integrating juniors into the squadron. Part of this problem is, in the squadron, we have more of a group as compared to what we want to have, which would be a team. Part of the difficulty in having a team as a squadron is the size of the squadron. We have about 100 cadets per each squadron, and the lack of a unified goal in the squadron. And there's just not quite enough interaction between the cadets in a squadron to develop the bonds that we need to form that team. But for more evidence, back to you, Marie.
Hi, I'm with C2C Amelia Roddenberry. She's CS27 Squadron Superintendent. So may I ask, Superintendent, do you think that the junior class has had trouble integrating into the squadron after the junior shuffle?
I haven't noticed it being a problem in Squadron 27, but friends in other squadrons have definitely noticed it being a problem.
And as leadership in squadron and working with other leadership, have you felt that leadership has done a good job integrating the junior class into the squadron?
I think they have, but I think one of the main things that helped the junior class was having an event at the beginning of the year to bring us all together.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm with C2C Connor Armfield. And so Connor, as a sophomore in Squadron 27, do you think you know the junior class very well, or how well do you think you know the junior class?
I know a few juniors well, but overall I don't think I know the class.
Okay, so you are MWR staff, so how do you think squadron events such as tailgates have helped bring the squadron together and help get to know the junior class?
I think tailgates bring the whole squadron together really well. We only have one junior who works in WR with us, so we have 3 seniors, which I'm not really sure why or how that happened, but I do think that the tailgates offer the opportunity for just everyone who comes who's supposed to come co-mingle and co-mingle. So.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, Billy Mays here for OxyClean, the stain specialist. Powered by the air you breathe, activated by the water that you and I drink.
So thank you very much, Marie, for explaining the issue. And now what we're going to do is we're going to implement the plan. Since the junior class isn't fully integrated into the squad yet, we're going to break it down into 3 steps. 1 step for each class. We're doing this because we believe that each class is relatively tight-knit, especially the freshman and sophomore class. They went through basic, and they've gone through the hard freshman year. So we're going to take one event, and we're going to tailor it to each class.
And so first, of course, we're going to target the freshmen, which most training revolves around to begin with. And this is interesting because our first implementation is almost the opposite of training. We're going to try and empower the freshmen through an event called First Shirt, First Snow. And this will give them an opportunity to create memories and bonds with the junior class with a playful tussle out in the hallway.
Next up is the senior class. We believe that since the junior class is parts of clubs, teams, even academic classes, that they became part of teams outside of the squadron and they become very detached from their leadership. This is called the Nut Island effect. We're going to try to overcome that by taking the junior class and the senior class, putting them together, throwing them into Old Chicago's, talking about our lives, our plans, the squad, and what we can do to improve.
And last but not least is the sophomore class, and this is a good target group because they're sometimes known as the ghost class. And so to combat this, we're going to try and implement a coaching measure through the front porch program, which will get the sophomores and the juniors together at CQ. And this just provides an opportunity, which is sometimes all you need to really create an environment where they can learn from each other. It's surprising how much you can learn in just a year from sophomore to junior year. And so on top of, a learning experience for them both, to spread ideas and such, they'll create professional relationships and bond between the junior class.
That's right. We're really excited for the front porch event because that's going to be our culminating event. We're going to invite not only the sophomores, but the seniors and the freshmen as well. And really, we're excited to implement this one at a time. But first, a commercial break.
Anything is possible when your man smells like Old Spice and not a lady. I'm on a horse.
Welcome back to Fabulous Nightly. And here's Michael with the weather.
So, as you can see, the forecast for tonight is pretty snowy. And the first step of implementation is going to be helping the 4 degrees to uphold a very famous Usafa tradition. This is called First Shirt, First Snow, and it involves throwing the first sergeant into the snowbanks. We are going to be empowering them by helping them and supervising them, edging them on, and motivating them to do this, but ultimately it's going to be up to them. We have some rare footage of what they're about to do live right now. Wow, that looked frigid. But even more than that, after talking with some of the freshmen, they said that it was a great bonding experience and they got to know some of the junior class a little bit better. Now, over to Peter for sports.
Thanks, Michael. Another problem we're having with integrating the juniors into the squadron is there's a separation between the juniors and the seniors, and this is kind of a key symptom of Nut Island effect, with the seniors being management and the juniors being a very high-performing team. And so what we want to do is we want to get them to work together, and to do this, we're going to combat this with an implementation of our plan by going to Old Chicago's. So what we're going to do here is we're going to execute this plan. We're going to be eating together, we're going to slip in some conversation, and we're going to be forming these bonds and interacting in such a way that builds, cohesion between the team. My prediction, success. Now back to you, Marie.
Thanks, Peter. I'm here with current events, and as you can see, I have a map of Squadron 27. Squadron 27 is currently divided into 3 hallways: Canada, United States, and Mexico. The juniors currently live in Canada, and the sophomores live in Mexico. And a problem with this is that the physical difference between the sophomores and the juniors means they don't get to interact with each other very much. So to combat this, we've implemented our plan by creating squadron events known as front porches, where both the sophomores and the juniors meet at CQ, where the juniors have a chance to provide feedback to the sophomores and provide them with the skills and opportunities needed so the sophomores can become better coaches for their coachees. And through these events, these international relationships become interpersonal relationships. Back to you.
Marcia, eat a Snickers.
Why?
You get a little hostile when you're hungry. Better? Better.
So now we're going to recap how exactly we work to integrate the juniors into the squadron using our 3 events here.
That's right. So we started off a long time ago with first shirt, first snow. Overall, they had a great experience. They felt really empowered. They felt more a part of the squad and more ready to take on responsibility.
Next, we went to Old Chicago's, and this really, bridged the seniors and the juniors together. It's now, instead of just the seniors leading, they're leading with the juniors fully behind them.
That's right. And finally, we had the sophomore front porch event. We taught them what coaching was really about. We taught them how to become good coaches, how to help the freshmen, and we invited the entire squad. It was really an uplifting event. And we're going to say that all three of these were huge successes. We're happy with the result, and we're going to keep continuing to try to integrate this junior class into the squad. Now, we're going to take some interviews from members of CS27 and see what they think. Over to you, Marie.
Hi, I'm with Cadet Paige. So Cadet Paige, how do you think the First Shirt, First Snow event improved your relationship with the junior class?
Before First Shirt, First Snow, it felt like more of a formal relationship with the junior class, and then afterwards, it felt like we were closer as classes, less of like less of a formal relationship with the juniors.
Alright, thank you.
Go.
Hi, I'm with Cadet Kunder, a 4th class cadet in Squad 27. So from the beginning of the year to now, how well do you think you know the junior class?
I think I've gotten to know them a lot better as the year has gone on. They're probably one of the classes that I know the most of, besides the sophomores, who really, because of the peers and coaches, I know them pretty well. But definitely have seen like great leaders from the juniors, and above all, I know them pretty well. Yeah. So.
How do you think the First Shirt, First Snow event helped your interactions and your relationship with the junior class?
I think if anything, it strengthened our relationship with them, even though we sort of took them down, But I think if anything, we created a better bond together.
Great, thank you. Hi, I'm with Noah Kwok. So Noah, how well do you think that you know the juniors from the beginning of the semester to now?
I would say that from the beginning of the semester till now, I've kind of gotten to know the junior class a little bit better. Naturally, after reshuffling squadrons, there's a whole group of new people I don't know. So I wouldn't say that I know the junior class as well as I did, say, my freshman year class, for example, since we knew each other for 2 years. But events like, we did do a dining out to Old Chicago's and then went bowling after that. That kind of helped me get to know everyone as well. And then over time, I've started to get to know like the people I live around, who I see every day, that kind of thing.
Right. Mm-hmm. All right, thank you.
I like to say, hey kid, whole world is smiling with me. Coca-Cola has life. Have a Coke and thanks, Mean Joe. Smile.
Well, to conclude tonight at Fabulous Nightly, we just want to say that these events really did make a big impact, that it did lead to the integration of the junior class, that empowering, helping overcome the Nut Island effect, and finally helping them coach did indeed help the rest of the squad get to know the rest of the junior class.
And while it's not perfect, we've created a great foundation that we hope that other squadron members can build upon and grow even better relationships and bonds professionally with each other.
And so hopefully if the events continue into next semester, the classes will be tighter and CS27 will have a well-integrated junior class with the rest of the classes in the squadron.
I'm Peter Hahn.
And I'm Michael Ellsworth.
And I'm Marie Fleming.
And this is Fabulous Nightly.